Hello and welcome everyone. Today we are testing out Tifa Lockhart in Legacy. If you've been watching my content, you know that I've already played this card in Modern where she was really good, and I think she might be good enough for Legacy as well. I'm not too sure about it though, because in Legacy we have gotten a lot of big upgrades in the form of Legolas's quick reflexes, and we also have Embiggen as a big upgrade, so I'm not sure if we really want to have Tifa, but everything that she does naturally just slots in perfectly with our deck, so let's just give it a try. What I've done is, since Tifa has trampled herself, I've actually cut one Berserk for this. I'm only playing one Berserk in this list. I found that I've been very often been cutting Berserks lately because Legolas just cleans out blockers out of the way as well, so it has been a card that I'm not too happy about anymore. Recently I find myself cutting it from, well, whenever I play against a fair matchup, really, I see myself cutting Berserks. And I'm cut one Ponder, so I've gone back to 3. That's something that Ponder is not that great in the current meta anymore, so that's something that you can do. The rest is pretty stock. 4 Brainstorm, 4 Daze, 4 Force. We have the threats here, and then 4 Invigorates, 4 Embiggens. Those are the best pump spells. And I'm playing 3 Legolas because I have the 4th Legolas in the sideboard for when I'm playing against fair matchups. We have some Fluster Storms for combo matchups, 4 Endurance because the graveyard is very important right now, and Endurance is the best way to actually stop it from being relevant. Veil of Summons because black is everywhere, Sylvan Library good against combo and control decks, and then we have the Great Sable Stags, specifically targeted to deal with blue-black aggro, and we have Force of Vigors because we can play it, so you have to. And that's it! Let's dive in! So this hand's close to being very good. I think I'm going to keep... I mean, if I'm playing against a fair matchup, I do have Nobles, I have Lethal, I have Ponders, so I can find whatever I want to win the game. If I'm playing against a combo deck, though, we are in trouble, and looks like we are playing against a combo deck. If it's Oops all spells, then of course we're just gonna die, which apparently it is. Lots of talk about bans recently, and I wouldn't mind them banning something from Oops, because this is just, well, what can I say? What can I still say about the deck? Okay, so it's Oops. Let's see if I draw. What can I even draw to win the game here? I honestly don't know. I don't think there's anything in my deck. And they also have the Spirit Guide too, so let's just concede. So sideboarding is relatively easy. You want to have pretty much anything that can interact with them. So you bring in the Veils, then you also bring in the Endurances. Sylvan Library I'll also bring in, because if you survive the first wave, they sometimes have like a situational sideboard where they sideboard into something else. Where they rely on creatures, so you do want to have Sylvan Library to draw your more cards. Tifa is not for this matchup, it's way too slow. Berserk is also not good here in this matchup, mainly because it relies on another card. If you survive until turn 2, you will win, so you don't need Berserks. Legolas also bad, we don't need to protect our creatures. And I usually trim down on Sundowner or pump spells too. You don't need them, you just need to survive until you're able to untap, and that's pretty much it. Let's see what else are we gonna cut. Probably more pump spells. I could see myself going down on 1. I don't want to cut down on blue cards because I want to have as much possibilities of playing Force Wheel. So I will cut down on green cards. I will probably trim down, I think, Hedge Maze. I probably not have the time to play that. Inkmoth Nexus, though, is probably the better choice. I think I'm gonna trim down 3 Inkmoth Nexi, leaving 1 Embiggen, and that's it. Submit. Yeah, so this is the hand that you want against Oops. I'm going to keep... What you need to do against Oops is just not die on turn 1 or 2 and you win. So that's what we're going to try to do. Play the drop. Pass the turn. So they're going to go for Dark Ritual here. I will let it resolve. I have enough counter magic that I don't really care. Okay, so let's counter this with my Daze. They will exile Spirit Guide. I'm going to Brainstorm first because I want to see how many blue cards I have coming. Okay, that's good. So I'm gonna put them like this. I will pitch a Daze to my Force of Will. Do I want to do that? Maybe I should pitch a Force. Because their mana is now... Yeah, I'm gonna pitch a Force. Because potentially if I do find another blue card, I actually have the possibility here of... Oh, that's a mistake. I should have waited. You never know, they could have Veil of Summer. I should have waited until they actually paid for the Daze. That's... I was playing too fast here. Probably going to be irrelevant, but it's something to note. But what I was going to do is I wanted to keep this Daze in case I drew another blue card. Then I would be able to probably play the Daze and pitch the other blue card to the Force. Yeah, the Dark Ritual. Okay, I'm gonna let this one resolve. And now they have the Balustrade Spy, probably. So it is relevant that... oh, they just hardcast Spirit Guide. Okay, never mind. I was about to say that it was relevant that I that I didn't let them pay for the days, but it wouldn't have mattered in this situation. And it actually would, because they... Yeah, they wouldn't have been able to cast Elvish Spirit Guide this turn, but that's irrelevant. That's not going to kill me. I mean, I've already won the game. It's just going to take forever until I find a threat. And I can just block Spirit Guide and keep the Invigorate to pump it. Okay, so they slam in. I'm happy that I kept in the Surveil land. Pump spell. I do not want that. Draw. There we go. We do want that. Just play it. They just do not do nothing and pass. Excellent draw here, so I'm going to slam in. 3-turn clock. They do block. That's Pendelhaven. Their creature dies. Let's see what they draw. Cabal Ritual. I think I'm going to daze that one. Or do I want to daze here? It's difficult because if they had discard spells, right, I think they would have just used it last turn. So I kind of want to not counter the ritual because they can, like, if it's Inform and they draw a land, they can just cast it next turn. So I'm going to let this one resolve, and then I'm just going to counter the win condition. If they do have a combination of discard and a win condition here, that sucks, but nothing I can do about it. But we were correct in our analysis. So I'm going to daze. And my choice of keeping the daze was perfect, because now if I'm able to draw a blue card, I'm very safe. I have Hedge Maze that I was able to pick up with my daze, so I am quite happy with our reasoning of keeping, or pitching the force to a daze. Pitching a force to a force instead of pitching daze. That's how I should say it. Okay, that's Hedge Maze. I do not want Noble. I want blue card here. Or Pump Spell. I'll take Pump Spell. But Noble does not change the clock. I did draw Endurance, which is not bad. They need at least 2 turns here to win. And if they draw Informer here, they are still not able to win very quickly. Oh, but they just have Reanimate. So this is why I'm very happy with my Endurance. Let's get rid of it. Now we want to draw a blue card. Be gone. Pump Spell is also fine. Not the best draw here, but I guess it's okay. My opponent now has nothing, so I will not be dead anytime soon. And if I draw a land now next turn, Force of Will is live, so again, it could have been worse. Our deck is really good against Oops generally. That's mainly because I'm playing Endurances. So I will not use this Pendelhaven. I just want to have a Pump Spell now, and all my Pump Spells deal +4/+4. So it's any Pump Spell is going to be lethal, and I'll definitely want to be able to cast Force of Will. So to just play a tapped land, sure. Brainstorm. I am going to fire off Brainstorm. Pump Spell and Flusterstorm. That should be good enough. So I'm just going to go for it. No blocks, so let's Invigorate. And we win. Nice. No changes here to the sideboard. This is not keepable, because I do not have Force of Will or Endurance, so I have to mulligan. This has Endurance and Veil of Summer, but no Force, so they will go for it. If they have Discard, I'm dead. The fact that it doesn't have a land is unfortunate, though. If it had a land in here, I would snap keep, but I'm not too sure about this. But can I go to 5? If I draw a land, though, it's really good, so I think I'm just going to keep. Let's get rid of a Pump Spell here. There we go, Cabal Ritual, so they are going to go for it. Let's see if my Endurance is going to be good enough. So they play the Spy, put everything into the graveyard. There we go, trigger on the stack. I'm going to Invigorate, pitch it to Endurance. Let's see if they have Counter Magic. Which they do. Okay, so that happened. Glad that's over. Can't keep this hand. This is really good, but I needed to have a land in here. There's mulligan. Lots of mulligans here, lots of mulligans. This is bad, but I'm going to keep... I don't want a mulligan to 5. It's... if I'm playing against a fair deck, having a lot of creatures is fine. I do have an Embiggen. It doesn't take a lot to make this hand good, so I'm going to keep... Let's get rid of a land. Thoughtseize off of a Badlands. Looks like this is going to be one of those combo-heavy leagues. I've not been playing Legacy a lot recently, and I think you can see why. It hasn't been the most interesting lately. Okay, they took Embiggen, but we draw Invigorate. That's nice. So next time I'm just going to draw Berserk and hopefully kill them. The City Sewers. So my guess currently is some kind of a reanimation shell. Tifa. Well, I'm sorry, but this is not the matchup for Tifa. I'm just going to fire off this Invigorate. I feel awful if they just take it away with Thoughtseize. And keep in mind that my list now only plays a singleton Berserk, so it's not worth keeping it in case I do draw the Berserk. Let's just play this Elf. I'm not going to play Blighted Agent because I want to be able to get my Hedge Maze. They play Underground Sea and Orcish Bowmasters. Sure. And Tamio. Looks like I was wrong. It's just blue-black with a red splash. In that case, Tifa is good, but now that I've already put him to 5, so I probably play Blighted Agent. Maze finds Agent. That's actually not bad. If Tamio flips, it is. So I'm gonna put him in the graveyard. If they didn't have Tamio, going wide against this deck is really good, but Tamio just changes everything. Let's just play the land to play around potential daisies. And yield through the turn. Too bad they took away my Embiggen, otherwise the game would be over. Another Bowmasters. Guess I should have played Tifa. Another reason why I really like Tifa in Legacy is because she doesn't die to Bowmasters. So that's really nice. A single pump spell and a fetch land makes it 20 power, which is usually enough. They just slam in. Fine. Days. Pretty bad. Let's play Tifa. They have another Bowmasters. Pretty good hand. Pretty good hand against Infect. Triple Bowmasters. Okay, cool. But if I win this game with Tifa, that would be so sweet, because it would show the power level of the card. But they will draw so many cards with these clue tokens soon that I'm in trouble. I need to find a pump spell soon. And cantripping is not an option, so I just need to draw it naturally. But we already have a fetch land, that's not bad. So now we just need to find a pump spell. Big on Tifa is +4/+4 as well. Look at it, because it's legendary creature, human monk. Hopefully we get to see Great Sable Stag now in games number 2 and 3, because that's why we are playing the card. It just annihilates this deck. Colgan's Command, that's game. Sideboarding also relatively easy. You want to have your protection spells, which are Veils and Legolases, and then Stags and Endurance are great. You don't want that many forces, especially on the play. They are not that great. Berserk is not what you want in this matchup. Then I'll trim down on some number of elves and also some number of pump spells, because we have so many endurances and Great Sable Stags. They will also take over the game. But now that I have Tifa, that does change. Because I have Tifa, I'm actually going to... Usually I just cut 2 Glistener Elves, but now I'm even going to... Whoops, I'm going to cut a 3rd. And I'm actually even thinking about cutting all of them, really. Yeah, let's just try it. I'm not sure if this is correct, but I mean, whatever. I need to try it in a league, so you don't have to, right? Not bad. Let's keep. So start with Pendelhaven Noble. Gonna try and brainstorm as soon as possible. If they kill Noble, that's okay, since I have another one. What I'm afraid of is turn 1 Fatal Push, turn 2 Bowmasters. That would be very annoying. But if we get to untap with them not doing anything against Noble, we are very, very well set up, because we have Veiler Summer. So I'm just going to slam down Inkmoth Nexus. I will play another Noble, and I'm just going to pass. And I have Lethal now next turn. And in fact, I have Lethal with Veil of Summer protection, so that's really good against them. So I'm not going to brainstorm end of turn. What you want to do against this deck, to really just go full troll mode and just just to make it so awkward for them, is you want to kill them as soon as you want to just Veil of Summer and then just we want to fire it off before you use your pump spells. Now I don't have a forest right now, and that's a downside. So what I will do is I will try to brainstorm, and I expect them to Bowmasters, and then we'll Veil of Summer. But if that fails, I'm talking myself out of this while I'm actually discussing this. So I'm just going to start off by using this Inkmoth Nexus, and I'm just going to slam in. Because if they want a Bowmasters, they need to do this before I get these pump spells, but I have Pendelhaven, so they can't really go for Bowmasters. And if they do this now, that's great, because then I can Brainstorm, and I still have Pendelhaven up. There we go. So what I wanted to do is, I decide to not Brainstorm here, because what I want to really do is probably Veil of Summer now. And then Embiggen, because that works. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. I probably should have brainstormed. Nah, let's just Pendelhaven here. This is fine. I will fire off this Embiggen. Let's see if they have Daze or Force. Because they don't have it. What I can do next turn is what I just explained to you. Just start off with Veil of Summer, and you cannot lose unless they have Wasteland. But this is all good currently. They're probably just digging for Wastelands. They didn't find Wasteland, so I think we just win. Tropical, that's nice, because now I also have Invigorate, so I'm just gonna fire off Veil of Summer. Do you have counter magic left, my friend? And Veil of Summer against them just reads, I now have protection from your entire deck, which is also why I'm playing Great Sable Stags. So you can see they force here. That should tell you all you need to know. But I'm still going to go for it, because Bowmasters doesn't work because I have Pendelhaven, and if they have some kind of bolt effect, I have double Invigorate, so I'm feeling very safe here indeed. I'm just going to slam in, see what they do. Do they respond to the triggers? They do not. So Fatal Push could kill me. But we'll see if they have that. You know what I think they want to do? Yeah, so they took a long pause here. You know what they wanted to do? They wanted to Brazen Borrower Inkmoth Nexus, and they didn't realize that it's a land, so you can't bounce Inkmoth Nexus with Brazen Borrower. That's what's happening here, especially since they fetched up this Underground Sea. I can tell this is a player who is not used to playing against Infect, because I was able to use the Pendelhaven. They wanted to bounce the Nexus. Good stuff. Lots of people these days really don't know how to play against Infect, which is great for our deck. We have Great Sable Stag, so that's a keep. Very afraid of turn 1 Thoughtseize, but nothing I can do about it. I will fire off a Ponder immediately. Daze, that's good. Let's Ponder. I'm just digging for lands. Noble would be okay. Not bad. I will definitely take the Veil of Summer. Endurance 2, that's really good in this matchup as well. So I just need to find lands. My entire hand is really good against them. I'm afraid of Bowmasters, since I do rely on these cantrips to find me the stuff that I need. They are pausing in the second main after playing a land, so they're probably thinking whether or not they should go for Bowmasters now. And they decide not to. Excellent. I'm just going to play the chilling game, so I'm just going to pass, because I imagine that they will end of turn Bowmasters. In response, I Brainstorm and try to daze it. Okay, they didn't do anything. Nice. That's good. So I'm going to get my Hedge Maze. Interesting. I was expecting a Bowmasters here. Or they might just have a very reactive hand, waiting for me to play my Infect threats and just killing them one by one, which is what, of course, I am not playing into, because I realize that's what they want to do. That's how they win the game against you. So you should let them do that. They are thinking about a response to Hedge Maze. It just happens. A Brainstorm, I don't want that. I want lands. There we go. And yeah, do I just want to slam down this Great Sable Stag? I think I do, honestly. They can't do anything about it, so I think this is the perfect timing to do so. Just play Great Sable Stag, win the game. Do I want to get a forest here? I'm just thinking about Harbinger of the Seas, but I don't think so. I don't think I want to do that. Afraid of Wasteland. Great Sable Stag, are you going to carry the game again, as you've done so often? And I just know that if my opponent is... they're probably thinking like, what is this magic 2010 draft rare? Whoa, they actually played a lightning bolt. Okay, that works. Let's protect our threat with invigorate here. I wasn't expecting lightning bolt. They usually play 1 or 2, so we can't play around it. Nice, we are able to save Great Sable Stag. So I think that's game. I'm not exaggerating. Depends, but the way this is turning out, I can play the control deck now, especially with having so many Veiler Summers, so I'm just gonna do nothing anymore. Probably gonna ponder. I can ponder. I'm gonna brainstorm, but reason for the ponder is I want to find another land because I don't want to walk this endurance into a daze. They can't counter stag, so I knew that was going to work. Another stag. Wow, this is really good. Really, really sweet. Nice. It's working out perfectly. All the sideboard cards are working out excellently. See, this is what I mean. I've cut all the Glistron Elves because they would have just died one by one. But try and kill Great Sable Stag and Endurance. Lovely. Lovely stuff. Snapcaster. They will bolt. Anything I want to do about that? I'm going to try and resolve Endurance, I guess. Might as well. Endurance. What do you have for me, my friend? Are you going to counter an Endurance? And if it works, if you're able to counter this, I still have another Great Sable Stag coming. So I love this. They are now using everything in their power that they can do to... Okay, so Shield's Edict, which means I'm gonna be able to daze that. I'm going to... Do I want to pick up Hedge Maze? I mean, Great Sable Stag is uncounterable, so I think I do. But I want to have access to Veiler Summer, I think. Right? Let's just pick up a Tropical. Oh man, I hope this works. This is going to be so great. Oh my god, this is perfect. My deck is broken against this Grixis control deck. Confirmed. Confirmed. the excellent game. Oh man, this is... words cannot describe how happy this makes me. Brainstorm. They're digging. They are digging. A swamp short. Tamio. Okay. I'm going to kill that. If it turns into a creature. Bowmasters, I guess. Stock up. Sure. So coast is clear. And we are now in a situation where I just do not care about Infect anymore. I'm just going to kill them with regular damage. Let's slam in with these big boys. The Elemental and the Stag are going to just kill everything. They could have like something like Toxic Deluge. So do I want to play another Stag is the question. I think I just do because I want to win as quickly as possible. And they can't block Great Sable Stag, remember, because it has protection from blue. So I just need to do this. It's a 2-turn clock, so even if they're able to flip to Mio now, I can just kill it with the Great Sable Stags. A bolt. Another bolt. That's so unfortunate. I'm gonna let one die. Afraid of Snapcaster here. But if they have like in the Grixis control deck, they usually rely on black removal spells. So they probably found that bolt specifically with my Endurance, which sucks. But okay, so be it. Draw, sure. Okay, I'm gonna Veiler Summer. And I'm still loving this. My deck is just... These sideboard cards, they are just using so much. They are now brainstorming. Just digging. They are digging. And now what I want to find is Legolas's Quick Reflexes, so I can kill the Snapcaster and destroy the Tamio. Veiler Summer works. Excellent. Okay, if I find a pump spell, I can actually just kill them with Inkmoth Nexus. That's why this is so good, you know, shifting in your game plan. It makes them so they now use everything that they have on my threats, but it's irrelevant because I don't need them. I can still win with Infect damage if I want to. It's not in due to cards though. So what do we want? I do think I just want to get rid of this Tamio, so I don't think I need to have So what do I want to keep? I think I want to have more threats. So definitely the Tropical Ghost fight. I want to fetch. I want to get rid of some bad cards. So it's going to be either Noble or Pendelhaven that goes. Pendelhaven only really works on Inkmoth Nexus. So I think Pendelhaven has to go. That makes the most sense if you ask me. And now the question is, I'm going to try and attack Tamio. That will always work. And then do I want to use a pump spell to kill the Planeswalker immediately? That means my opponent has nothing left. I do like that. I could also play Noble, slam in onto Mio, and that means my Great Sable Stag deals 3 damage. But that means they keep Snapcaster, so I think I just want to make him use the Snapcaster. And I also think I want to keep the Embiggen for when they do have the combination of Snapcaster into Bolts. I want to be able to save my threats, so I think this is the best way to play it. Play the Noble too. And just pass through the turn. They've used so many cards already that it's very possible that they are now out of gas. Or like black removal or stuff like that, which is what they usually want to have. But with this Vader Summon, it's going to be excellent for us. Kaito. Okay, sure. So now I'm hoping that they actually use the tap ability to stun a creature, and that means I can just Vader Summon. And it doesn't work. Excellent. So I will just fetch. I don't want the card on top. So the stun will not happen, and I do draw. Who's the control deck now, eh? Who is the control deck now? Petty Theft on. Okay. They are so desperate. I'm still going to draw. And I draw another Endurance. Nice. Okay, cool. Now the question is, do I want to kill Tamio or do I want to kill Kaito? Okay, so... So they'll probably bring back removal here. So I can't kill Tamio unless I use my pump spell, which is something that I really do not want to do. I could also just attack them with Great Sable Stag, slam in for 3, put him to 8. Embiggen on Stag is +3, important to note. But I could play double Endurance. I think I just want to play it safe. So I'm going to kill this Kaito. They have 0 cards in hand. And I'm hoping that they actually minus with Tamio. Bring back a card so I can Endurance. If they don't, if they just plus, I have 2 more threats on the way. That should be enough to just kill the Tamio next turn. I love that we play against this deck and it just works out perfectly, my game plan. Okay, so they bring back the Lightning Bolt. Perfect. Everything is working out the way we intended it to. So Endurance that away. They knew about this Endurance though, so... Okay, I was expecting them to have like a Force of Will and they hardcast. Because they bounced Endurance, they knew that I was going to do this, so... Okay, I just completely out-controlled Grixis control with my Infect deck. Lovely. Next round. Okay... Yorion, so I guess Death and Taxes. I'm gonna keep. It's not excellent, but I do have a lot of cantrips to find me what I need. Draw land, not bad. Let's ponder. Definitely want to have that Legolas. The question now is, am I gonna wait until turn 3 so I have a guaranteed protection with Legolas, or do I just want to slam down Agent and Inkmoth Nexus? Looks like it's going to be Ether Vial. So, let's think. I think I'm just gonna play it chill for now. I'm not under any threats. They could have the dog creature here that they flash in. If they do that, in response I will brainstorm, because they sometimes also play Bowmasters. I don't need Agent. I already have Embiggen, so 1 more pump spell and we're good. There we go, that's the dog I was talking about. Let's brainstorm. Invigorate it is, so we win. Yeah, let's put them like this. Pass. Now they could have Force of Will. So it's not game over yet. Teferi. Sure. Doesn't really change what I was about to do. Reason for this is that the only way how I lose the game here is if they have Solitude, and Quick Reflexes works around that. Alright, let's see if we get him. So we have to start by doing this. And I also have to start with doing Legolas, otherwise they could respond to a pump spell with a Solitude. And now they can't do anything. And Embiggen plus Invigorate is 10. So let's see if we get him. Looks like we do. Nice. Nice and easy. Boom. Next game. So against this matchup, of course, Legolas is an all-star. We saw how good it was. Not that much else that you really want. Sylvan Library is fine. If they do have Bowmaster sometimes, but that's about it. And on draw, I don't really like Daisies because they have lands everywhere. So that's usually what I do. Submit. Ooh, I can't keep this. That's a mulligan. Yeah, this is much better. I'm going to keep. Ooh, I'm going to keep and get rid of a pump spell. I have more than enough pump spells here. So what I want to do is I just want to draw a land and kill them turn 3. Hopefully draw a land, draw a blue card. All good. Drawing Noble would be great too. I mean, Legolas is also fine. I guess I can't complain. That works. One more land here. With Legolas, I don't even need another blue card. That's the best blue card I can find. My green Legolas Quick Reflexes. Okay, so they're probably going to do the same thing. Play the dog. Hopefully I get to do the same thing as well. There's the Noble. Didn't find the land, but Noble is fine too. I hope I don't have to save Noble here with Invigorate, but if they find... If they like play Bowmasters, I probably will just fire off an Invigorate to save Noble Hierarch. That's fine, I don't care. So now I just need to draw my land and then we win. A little bit of a wasteland, but apart from that, not much they can do. Again, Teferi doesn't stop me. They did put Philia into the graveyard, that's interesting. So my guess is that they already have one. They just opted not to play it turn 2 because they wanted to Swords the Bird, as they should. No wasteland. Nice. Okay, so let's draw the land, kill him. Tamio's fine. So I don't really care about Tamio. With Legolas, you can just get rid of the blocker. Land! Ah, it's not a land. That sucks. So what I'm going to do now is I want to get rid of this Tamio. Okay, I'm just gonna chill. I was thinking about animating Nexus, using Invigorate, and then Legolasing, dealing 5 Infect, and getting rid of Tamio. But I just didn't want to do that. That means I'm out-tapped. If they have counter magic, that works. I could force, but then if they have, like... I don't know, it feels better to just wait. Because if I draw land, I can do all of this as well. And just have a guaranteed kill. My guess is that they keep Tamio back to block with, because it's a flyer. Okay, I was wrong, but that's okay. If they want to flip Tamio, if they brainstorm, I'm going to force that. So brainstorm, I'm going to force that. It's a second brainstorm, so... Again, I just need to draw a land and win. They draw, sure. Land, please. It's not a land. Okay, so... Unlucky here. Let's just play the threat and pass. They force Glistener Elf. I was not expecting that. What did they exile? What does this do? Relying on historics. Okay. So I am playing against an 80 card deck. Chances of them having the third brainstorm are extremely small. And we just need to draw a land and we win. Recruit of the Guard is irrelevant. Again, they're going to get Solitude here, and I can play around Solitude with Legolas. They do reveal Solitude, so let's draw the land and show them how it's done. That's not a land. Yeah, okay. Nothing to be done. Let's just pass. Cantrip is also fine, so lots of good draws. They will attack. I'm curious to see if they will now flip Tamio. because it is a huge risk. Yeah, I don't care about the ferry. They've already used one force, so we should be good there as well. Okay, land please. Nice. So I did get what I asked for. Unfortunately, it does not provide me with green mana, so I can't really use it to kill them. But I am able to kill Teferi. So I'm not even going to bother using Legolas here. I don't care if they kill this Igmoth Nexus. It would even be good because then they get rid of some removal spells in their hand. And again, I just need to have a land and kill them. So they do take the Inkmoth Nexus. Nice. That's good. What did they pitch? They pitched a Recruiter of the Guard. Sure. I'm just going to yield. They have Teferi, so whatever. Again, I just need lands. They draw 1 after attack. They will probably draw 2. So now what I need is Embiggen plus Invigorate is 10. So I will not be able to kill this Tameo immediately. So now I have to decide between like wait until I draw 2 lands to have double pump spell here. Or do I just want to fire off or just want to kill this Tameo as soon as possible? This is so bad. This is so bad. Where are my lands? Yeah, shuffle. No land. Okay. Now, we did draw Invigorate, so if we finally draw the mana-producing land, we are able to just, even if it's an Inkmoth Nexus, we are able to... No, it's not true. I need green. Never mind. Never mind me. But if we have green, I'm now able to kill them even if I only have 3 lands. So that's good. Okay, so have it. There we have this one. Let's actually read it, right? When you cast the Historic, draw a card. Can't be blocked. When it deals combat damage, put a counter on it. Sure. Whatever. Let's just draw that land. They return swords. See, what I mean? Finally. I literally do not care about any of this. I just want to find a land so I can kill them with Legolas. Best pump spell / protection spell / removal spell ever printed. It's not a pump spell, so I shouldn't say it's a pump spell. Now, my friend, do you have a Force Will? They've already used 1, so let's see if they have another one. And a 1. And a 2. And a 3. This is the one that they will counter if they do have counter magic. If they do, I'm just going to concede because then it's over. I'm not coming back from this. I've used up my entire hand. So we win or we lose. And they concede. See, as I said, this is the power level of Legolas. They have all these planeswalkers. They probably have a million removal spells in hand. I just do not care. I have my I win button, right? So, Teferi sword, who cares? Just one Legolas and we win the game. Nice. Next round. I would like to start. Yes, please. Thank you very much. This hand is fine because it has cantrips I'm going to keep. Ponder. Let's see what's up. I really don't need more pump spells, but I do like this Brainstorm. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put them like this. Put them in like this because if they do, if I have like discard spells, I'd rather not have them take a Brainstorm. So I don't want to show them. Doesn't really matter though. I already have a Brainstorm, so... There we go. I'm just going to Brainstorm straight away. Maybe we find Glistener Elf. We do not. Okay, Inkmoth Nexus, etc., etc. So I don't need anything else. I think I'm going to get rid of a Pendelhaven and a Biggin, I guess. But that would mean the Nexus. I could also get rid of 2 pump spells. Nah. Let's just not do that. Let's just do this. There we go. Pass. Statistically, my odds of drawing another land are the highest. So this is better. So the question now is going to be if my opponent will have a Pithon Needle in the deck that they can get with Urza Saga, because that could be an issue. Gaia's Will, okay. So apparently we are playing against Black Saga Storm. I was not expecting that, I'm not gonna lie. Another land, nope, especially not if I'm playing against a combo deck. Okay, Force will be good. Another one. Okay, Legolas is good insurance. I probably just wanted to find like a Glistener Elf, something like that. But we'll see if they have Pithing Needle. Not much I can do about it. Lion's Eye Diamond. Okay, I like that. They duress. So, do I want to brainstorm now? I guess I do. Let's just brainstorm. Unlucky. What if... Okay, so I'm gonna put these two Embiggens on top. And I'm gonna try and make him take a pump spell here, assuming that means that they are not dead yet next turn, and then kill them with me going to draw another Embiggen. They don't take the bait, unfortunately. They take the force, and I'm dead. Let's just see how they will kill us, right? You never know. Maybe they don't have it. Infernal Tutor, sure. They reveal the Lotus Petal. I'm just gonna yield. They're gonna go for it, so whatever. Okay. Slam in, ouch. Maybe what I should have done is actually just blocked the construct. Because they might go for a small storm count. They maybe were not able to get to 18, but that would mean that I would have to use Invigorate and Legolas, and that means next turn if I draw the Embiggen, I was not able to kill them. So I'm not sure if that was a good idea on my end, though. If I had like double Invigorate, maybe, but I think the way I shouldn't do that. Invigorate Legolas Quick Reflexes thing. So exactly what I expected them to do did happen. Like they had a small tendrils, but I don't know. Let's go to sideboarding. Matchup relatively good. So Veil of Summer's really good. Luster Storm's really good. Force of Vigor's also really good. Tifa not for this matchup. Neither are the Legolases. Igmorlex is also pretty bad. Just gonna cut 3. So I'm gonna play 1 library, and I could play 1 endurance, but I like library more. Alright, let's see what's up. This is not great, but it has Veil of Summer and Force of Vigor, so I'm gonna keep. Okay, so turn 1 I'm not gonna do anything. Because if they go for it, turn 1 I just have Veil of Summer, so I'm just gonna say fine. And I kind of want them to use discard spells here, so I can Veil of Summer. Veil of Summer is just the all-star in the matchup, really. Okay, so this is exactly what I wanted. We can Veil of Summer. I could force get rid of this land, but I'm not going to do that yet. Draw another land. That's pretty bad. Let's ponder. I think we're going to take force now. Brainstorm after. Let's play the fetch land in case I do want to fetch. Don't really want to. Nice. So what I'm going to do is, in response, I'm just going to kill these two straight away. Because they will actually not be able to add mana with this Urza Saga now. So they only have 1 black currently. Okay. There's that. Draw the Brainstorm. Gonna fire it off. I'm gonna wait. I know that I have Blighted Agent incoming. So let's just chill for now. Mox, sure. Doesn't give mana. Diamond, sure. Another one, okay. Cabal Therapy. They will name Force Will, so I guess, wow, that was a pretty good hand by them. Double Thoughtseize is scary. Triple with Cabal Therapy, so I'm going to Brainstorm. I'm going to hide this Force Will, because that's definitely what they will name. So put them like this. This fetch land, and then this. If they don't go for it now, that means at least I'm able to draw the Force. They named Flusterstorm. Excellent. So I'm going to draw. Play the Pendle. Let's pass. Can't play Agents. I need this Force Will. They just play a Swamp. Pass. So I'm going to get my Hedge Maze. Another blue card here would be the best thing. get rid of that land. Okay, that works too. As long as I get to keep this Blood Agent in my hand, we're good. So any pump spell now is lethal. Lots of good draws. They just pass. Pump spell, please. No pump spell. I'm not going to play the Tropical yet. I'm just going to slam in. Since I'm going to use this Pendelhaven, I'd rather be able to shuffle the Tropical away with a Brainstorm. So I'm just going to Pendelhaven here. I will just fire off this Embiggen. Even if I draw Berserk, it's going to be lethal with Pendelhaven plus Berserk, so I don't need to keep it. And imagine I don't use it now and they just Thoughtseize it away. That would be awful. Another Thoughtseize. Not much I can do about it, so let's just yield through the turn. So that's Thoughtseize number 4. Technically 3, but our pump spells are another land, yikes. Okay, so I'm just going to play Blood Agent. They know about that. Let's just slam in. Glistener Elf. There we go. Play the drop, pass. Let's see if they get it. I'm just going to yield through the turn. They will concede or they will win. Final Tute. Looks like they win. Sure. I'll just show you. So they will play Beseech. Get a Gaia's Will. Now they get to play all of this stuff. And they have so many diamonds in here that it's really irrelevant what they do. So they play the diamonds. They play some number of Thoughtseizes. And then what they're going to do is they also have the Wishclaw Talisman in here so they can actually find the stuff that they need. But they will just go for Infernal Tutor because they have an empty hand and they can get what they want and they can just kill me. So concede. Alright, last game. So, really was not able to do much with Tifa. I think the only matchup where I would have wanted her was the second one. But then I just won the game with Great Sable Stags and Endurances instead. It's for fair matchups, and if you're not facing the fair matchups, of course you don't really want her. So unfortunately, that's just where we are right now in Legacy. Looks like it's going to be Moonstompy. If it is, I can just scoop him up. Chalice. Let's see if we get Blood Agent in here. That could still win us the game. Otherwise, I'm just going to concede. Inkmoth Nexus would also be fine. Okay. Technically, it's not game over with this Misty Rainforest here. Let's just pass. As this Tower Shore. Amaze. I do not want that land. Blood Agent, please. Or Inkmoth Nexus. We got the Blood Agent. So 2-turn clock now. As a Saga. Sure. One Ring is the card I'm most afraid of now. It's not that big of a deal because I can still win through it. But it's, I mean, it draws so many cards that it just sucks. Kozilek's Command. Okay, so technically not game over. Let's just pass. I could find Inkmoth Nexus or another agent. We find Tifa. I was not even thinking about Tifa. Of course. How can I forget? Now, the downside is that these Invigorates do gain them life. But this is going to be cool. If I win with Tifa here, that would be so sweet. Because I do punish them for using the Ancient Tomb. So if I draw a fetch land now, that would be really cool. Please don't kill Tifa. Let me just crush you with her. It would be really, really nice. Damn. Unfortunate. Because what we wanted was... I wanted to play the fetch, right? And then what would have happened is you would have had a trigger. In response to the trigger, I fetch... and then I get a new land, and then we get another trigger. And then I hardcast one Invigorate, so put her to 5. And that would mean, with the stacks with the trigger still on the stack, she actually doubles and doubles again, so that's just lethal. So I can actually hardcast the Invigorate, and I don't have to let him gain life. But unfortunately, and we would have been, yeah, it would have happened. Ah, man, that's just so unfortunate. My queen, she should have been able to kill her. So as you can see, this matchup is normally very, very good. The only thing you're afraid of, and that's like literally the only card out of this deck, is Chalice. If they don't have it, you win. Okay, so they play another Chalice. Sorry, they play a Manifold Key, but it get countered by Chalice. The one that they got here was one that they fetched up from Urza Saga. I'm just going to concede. Sideboarding here, extremely easy. You just want to have Force of Vigors. There you go. And Days is not great. So on the draw, I just usually cut one Legolas, one Days. But on the play, I usually prefer to have Days over another Legolas. There we go. That's it, really. Okay, Mulligan aggressively here. Great hand, no land. Mulligan. Good hand. Let's keep. I don't think I need Blighted Agents. Ooh, oh. Now that I think about it, I don't think I need Brainstorm. Definitely keep. So the reason I don't need Brainstorm is turn 2 Agent and Nexus, turn 3 dead. I definitely want to have Days. I also need Invigorates. Like, I'm going to get rid of Agent or Brainstorm. But I think it's going to be Agent. I would love to start out with Inkmoth Nexus here, but unfortunately I really can't do that. If I had triple Invigorate, of course, because then you can just turn 2 them. But we saw how powerful Chalice was, so you just always have to be able to counter Chalice. Although technically with this hand, I probably wouldn't even counter it. Maybe I guess I was wrong. I should have started with Ursus, with Inkmoth Nexus. Don't care about the key. Yeah, my mistake here. Should have started with Inkmoth Nexus. That would have been better. Let's just ponder first. Okay, so Embiggen does kill them next turn. I'm going to play the Nexus here. Pass. Really don't want to Daze here, but I might have to. Saga, sure. Grim Monolith. So they don't have mana to untap it, so it's just 3. I'm going to let this one resolve. I really just want to win next turn. Then they can make 5. But Chalice is okay now because I have double Invigorate. Afraid of 1 ring. Chalice on 2. Oh, my friend. I'm not sure that's a good idea. I get why you do this. But, like, do I get it? Like, why? Why would you put Chalice on 2? I already have Inkmoth Nexus, and now all my pump spells are just lethal. So forget that I said I get it. I really don't. I think you never do this. I can see why you would do this if I hadn't played a threat, but now this is just, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But I don't think so. I think it's clear, especially if you don't have anything else. I was expecting, like, if you have removal, sure, but I don't see it. Okay, so on the play, gonna swap 1 Daze for 1 Legolas. And I have 2 Legolas and 3 Dazes. Let's submit. Hand's not great, but I think it's too good to get rid of. Since I have Tifa and I have some pump spells. Sorry, and I have a fetch land. All I need is 1 pump spell and we win the game. Do I want to counter a Chalice? Do I even want to counter a Chalice of the Void? Like, if I have Tifa, I guess I do. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, I think I just have to really... sucks, but if I knew it was coming, if there was like a pump spell on top and it was like Invigorate, of course, but I think now I have to counter. And I'm gonna pitch... I guess Blighted Agents. I just need his Ponder to find a pump spell. So as I said, the only thing that you care about when you're playing against this deck is Chalice of the Void. And you can see why. So now I've drawn Inkmoth Nexus, I think I just want to Ponder first. I want to keep the fetch land for Tifa, but I don't have pump spells. So I think I need to Ponder now. See what's up. We do have a pump spell, but yeah, I need a pump spell. So next turn the question is, will I play Tifa or will I play Nexus plus Noble? I think the second is better since Pendelhaven and Embiggen is really, really fast. And I don't have a fetch land alongside it. Trinisphere, that's funny. I actually have so much mana that that's okay. Because also the combination of Inkmoth Nexus and Pendelhaven makes it that I can just attack 2 times and still deal damage through Trinisphere. Trinisphere isn't really not... It's annoying, don't get me wrong, but it's not game over. Okay, so plan a Nexus pass, sure. Let's think here. If I play Tifa with their Ancient Tomb, is that good enough? I don't have fetch land, but what if I draw fetch land? That means we just win immediately, right? The alternative is just attacking with Pendelhaven and Inkmoth Nexus, but that's just slower, so I think I'm just gonna... Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna play Tifa. If nothing else, what I can actually do is just use Embiggen and play Forest, and that means that's 10 damage. And with the Ancient Tomb, that becomes lethal really, really quickly. Remember, she has Trample. She can kill all of these as a Saga tokens. They decide not to make a token now. That makes sense. Ugin, Eye of the Storm. Okay, sure. I still have Nexus, so that's not that big of a deal. They do start getting some life now, so it's good that we have the option to kill them with Infect. Embiggen, not great. I played a Forest, played Noble. I probably should have played Hedge Maze, though. Yeah, I think that would have been better. Let's see what they do. Chalice on 1. That's probably game, so it wouldn't have mattered. How can we win here? I do have Force of Vigors. Force of Vigor will be really good. Okay, so they can ultimate Ugin next turn, so I'm going to have 1 draw step here, and then I will concede. My guess is that we just lose, simply because they have Chalice. And as we've seen, Chalice is very annoying. And they had Chalice in all of the 3 games, so that makes it difficult. Let's draw, that's not good enough. We can concede. Okay, so what can I say about Tifa? Honestly, not too much. I was able to play her once or twice, and it was a situation where I was able to untap with her, I would have won. So that's not always true with stuff like Glycerol, for example. It does feel more like another Blooded Agent in the deck, which is what I was looking for, right? I was expecting it to be that good. So too soon to tell. I think it was good. I didn't miss the Ponder number 4. I didn't miss Berserk, and the Sun number 2. And whenever I did draw the Tifa, I was happy with it. But the meta right now is just way too combo oriented. In general, everyone is playing reanimation things or Oops-all spells. So then we need the format to have more fair decks, like Delver needs to come back or Control needs to come back, and then Tifa will definitely shine. I would have loved her in the Control matchup, but I mean, I had my other sideboard card, so I didn't need it. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe to this content or like the video. It really helps out, and I hope to see you for our next video soon. Bye!